In the space of just 5 years, GT Academy has gone from a gaming experiment to being the world's most innovative driver selection program. In that short time, GT Academy has taken 10 gamers out of the bedroom and put them on the track. Each GT Academy winner is given a rigorous fitness and driver development program, which has turned them into professional racing drivers who compete at international race meetings all over the world, taking multiple podiums. Over the next few weeks, we'll follow some of those winners as they take the next steps in consolidating their career as professionals. We will also go to Silverstone and to Race Camp to discover who will be this year's GT Academy winner and embark on a journey that will change their life forever. This is GT, the next level. Some of the GT Academy winners are now part of the Nismo Athletes program. This year they're racing in the GT3 Blancpain Endurance Series across Europe, together and against other RGN Motorsport teams. There have been 4 races in the season so far, with the Nismo Athletes taking podiums at Silverstone in England, Paul Ricard in France, and more recently at the most legendary race, the Spa 24 Hours. Recently, the Nismo Athletes and RJN are topping their respective championships. Only 1 point separates RGN Motorsport from AF Corsa in the team's championship. And in the driver's standings, the Nismo Athletes hold the top 3 spots going into the final round, the 1,000-kilometre 6-hour race at Germany's Nürburgring. Each race sees the Nismo Athletes teamed up in 2 cars. Today, Car 35 has an all-academy lineup. Last year's graduates, Wolfgang Reip of Belgium and Peter Pizzera of Germany, teamed up with 2008 Academy winner Lucas Ordonez.
I know I'm leading the championship. I know that the only thing I can do is to lose the championship.
Car 32 has the 2012 Academy winner from Russia, Mark Shulznitsky, teamed with 2011 graduate Jan Mardenborough, and RGN Works driver and professional Nismo athlete Alex Buncombe.
Yeah, well, at the moment, coming into the last try-in here at Nürburgring, I'm 10 points behind Lucas, and I think 7 points behind Peter, so this is make or break for me.
As well as a full Nismo driver lineup, there are some distinguished pit crew helping them to achieve the top spot this weekend, including RGM team principal Bob Neville, RGM race performance engineer Ricardo de Villa, and GT Academy co-concept creator Darren Cox.
5 years ago, to have a car full of GT Academy graduates racing for a major championship, no one would have thought it would happen. It's happening. And these guys are starting to feel the pressure building.
Situated 70 kilometres south of Cologne in Germany, the Nürburgring is one of the highlights of the Formula One season. It's also considered one of the most demanding and difficult racetracks in the world. 300 metres of elevation separate its highest and lowest points.
Beyond the Green Hill is the biggest track, the most fearsome of all.
It's a tight circuit here, it's very up and down, there's lots of corners, there's not many straights, so there's no time to relax.
It's hard sometimes. I mean, hard not only mental and physically too.
Despite its fearsome reputation, the Nürburgring is familiar to gamers the world over because of its inclusion in the Gran Turismo game.
I did a lot of laps on this track. You need a good rhythm because you never stop, you are very busy.
Last time out in the Blancpain series, there were mixed fortunes for RGN and the Nismo Athletes. Car 35 finished second in class in the Spa 24 Hours, but Car 32 managed less than an hour before crashing out after losing a rear wheel.
Obviously, it's a new car for us because of what happened to our car in Spa, Car 32, so initial feelings of the car's great.
You know that the championship is possible, so yeah, really looking forward for the race.
It's the biggest championship that I've ever done, and it's so close that I can win it, but it's also massively important to Bob Neville and the whole RJN team.
Bob Neville and RGN Motorsports have been involved in the Academy since day one. They've helped with the development of all the Academy graduates.
When the GT Academy started, It seemed like perhaps something that would last for 6 months. And really, it's completely taken over my whole team and the vast majority of my time.
Bob set up RGN in 1999 with wife Liz. He's based not far from Academy Central at Silverstone, and he can draw on a wealth of experience to help the Academy graduates develop in their chosen career.
Motorsport's always been my passion, even when I was at school. I was a driver. I actually drove for quite a long time, 1967 to 1980.
Alongside Bob, there's a team of dedicated mechanics to help keep the RGN cars in top shape.
I enjoy it because it's variety. I can mechanic, I can engineer the car, talk to the drivers, I drive the truck to the circuits, so we just get on with what needs doing.
You can have your late nights, you can have your heartaches, but then when you get to the end of it and you get a good result, winning championships and things like that, it really does make you feel as though you've achieved your job.
People who don't know about motorsport, it is a package. And it's the same whether it's the racing we do, which is GT racing, or whether it's Formula One. A team of guys, engineers, mechanics, management, bring the car to the circuit, put the driver in it, and try and go faster than the guy in the garage next door.
This year, Bob, the RGN team and the Nismo Athletes are having one of their best seasons to date.
We stand a chance of winning the teams in the Blancpain Championship, and we stand a chance of winning the drivers in the Blancpain Championship, and that'll be the proof of the Academy more than anything.
Car 35 qualified 10th in class.
1000. It's just starting to rain. You can see the tyres are being moved off the grid, the wets, so everyone's got to start on slicks. They're cold, they've been sat on the grid for a little while.
Car 35 qualified 10th in class, meaning Lucas will start the race well down the order from 24th on the grid and have to work through a lot of traffic. Car 32, however, qualified 2nd in class, meaning that when Alex starts the race from 10th position on the grid, he's in a great position to snatch the Drivers' Championship from his Nismo Athlete teammates.
So everyone's done the best job that they can to get to this point. And now, really, it's about fate.
No matter what you do, it just lives up to its reputation as being the toughest race circuit in the world.
It's never finished until the flag drops.
This is Team GT Academy RJN versus AF Corsa.
First car home win.
The last round of the Blancpain Endurance Series is go. Fabulous sight of this enormous grid pounds down to the first corner.
Both Alex and Lucas get off to great starts. They avoid any trouble in a packed grid. With the rules for this race slightly different, the fate of the Drivers' Championship is much more in Lucas and Alex's hands.
The regulations for this race are slightly different, which means they can drive longer. So they're having to work harder than normal. So I think when Alex gets out, he's going to be very tired. If you want to see a retired racing driver, that'll be one.
Last race of the season. Really need to push to try and get the win for the team and myself.
That car has to finish, I think, in the top 4 of the class for Alex to win it.
Yeah, just have to relax now because I'm in the car again in about 45 minutes.
With car 32 looking set for a podium finish, the pressure is now on Lucas and car 35. But the luck he needs to mount his championship challenge seems to be eluding him.
You know, the car was really hard to drive, and then Wolfie went in the car. He was quite fast, but then he had contact with another car. He pushed me and he pitted. There was a confusion. I got in again in the car. You know, I had no time to rest.
After the contact and confusion of the first 2 stints, car 35, along with car 32, settles into a good steady rhythm. And with less than 2 hours of the race gone, their only challenger in the team championship suffers a setback.
It looks like car 50's had an accident, so that's obviously our biggest competitor.
We don't wish them ill luck, but we'll take it anyway. So one car, 32, is leading the category and the other car is in 8th place.
I'm trying not to get too excited just yet. Long way to go still, so the boys are going to bring it home.
With their rivals now out of the race, RGN have the team championship in the bag. All eyes are now on car 32 and 35, and the battle between Lucas and Alex for the Drivers' Championship. But things take a turn for the worst when first car 35 and then 32 both enter the pits with major problems.
35's got some issues. He had some contact at turn 1 with a gentleman driver, and Jan had brake issues with the 32 car.
The left front brake pad is leaking a load of hydraulic fluid all over the brakes, so there was no brakes at all. It's not non-stop braking, no brakes at 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, not looking good for my championship. Yeah, pretty disappointed, really.
Car 32 rejoins in 8th, car 35 in 10th.
I mean, it all started great for us, now it's just all gone a bit peaked on.
As the race continues, car 35 has more brake issues. It's forced to pit again, scuppering any chance Alex has of a top 3 finish in the championship. All his rivals need to do now is stay out of trouble and finish in the top 8. One last pit stop for a driver change sees Peter take the wheel, and he safely brings the car home in 8th, handing the Drivers' Championship to his fellow Nismo athlete and the original Academy winner, Lucas Ordonez.
Well, it's great, no? It's Bob Neville. 5 years ago, he put me in a car in Catwell Park in the middle of nowhere in UK, and now 5 years later, winning another championship with him. So, you know, amazing feeling to be here with him in the podium.
Yeah, I took him when he just the very first winner. Yeah, marvellous.
Today we've taken on some of the biggest GT teams in the world with some of the best GT drivers in the world, and we've beaten them. And that is very satisfying for everyone involved in the team here, the team behind the scenes, and those guys that have been involved in GT Academy right from the beginning.
With their championship goal achieved for the season, Bob, Lucas and the rest of the team can now set their sights on the other championships that they're involved in. And for Bob, it's back to club racing with the Academy's newest recruits from South Africa and the Middle East, and to get them up to Nismo athlete level as well. Coming up next time on GT Next Level.
Nissan Nismo takes the GT Academy to the next level. Performance unleashed.